morning. I'm a little slow this morning. I'm a little creaky this morning. I didn't get out of camp until 7:15. It rained into the night, and so I've discovered that the other thing besides cold that makes me slower in the morning is when everything is wet, because you have to try to at least get some of the moisture off. Even the condensation inside the tent, you want to make sure you're not rolling up your sleeping bag with moisture on the outside, because you don't want it to seep into the down. And I try to get some of the moisture off my tent so I'm not packing up a dripping tent. And everything is heavier when it's damp and wet. My bag feels heavier this morning. Plus everything is still wet from being caught in yesterday's thunderstorm. So, and my knees are creaky, and I'm just slow to get rolling this morning. I'll get there. Sunrise. Trail magic. And a chair. This stream is so pretty. It's been cascading all the way down along the trail. All the way since the bottom of the hill. I made it to the top. For some reason, I found that climb to be particularly grueling. It was only 3 miles, and I've done 3-mile climbs before, but I found it steep and was slow going, and I just had a hard time with it. Now I've got about 1.7 down and then another climb. Some days I struggle more than others. Yesterday was a long day and took a lot out of me. So I might be recovering from that. Time for a snack break. One of those Aloha bars. I found a perfect log to sit on. I'm coming into Sam's Gap, where I'm going to be picked up by Nature's Inn Hostel. Looks like a very big road. The Nature's Inn Hostel. These along the river are the little cabins. I have this little one that looks like a barn. It's called the Hummingbird. Let's go take a look. All right. Good morning. It's 7:45. Just got dropped back off at Sam's Gap. I took off my fleece layer because I'm going to be climbing first thing this morning. But I'm still chilly. I haven't warmed up yet. I'm going to try to do about 14 and a half miles today. It's 24 and a half miles to Erwin. So if I can get at least 14 and a half, that'll leave me 10 or less tomorrow into Erwin. I like the early morning hiking, just as the sun is coming up. It's pretty. Woodpecker. It's a lot cooler than later in the day. And I guess I'm less tired in the morning. It's a nice time of day to be on trail. I layered down to climb the hill. Of course, as you go uphill, it's cooler and breezier. And now I'm chilly. Now, this is probably a bad idea. I'm gonna have to either hike a little too warm or a little too cool. Because if I keep stopping to take layers on and off, I'm never gonna get anywhere. But for right now, I want my layer back. I have 5 more miles to climb to the top of Big Bald, and I'm guessing that's Big Bald. I almost walked right past this spot with the benches and the gorgeous view, but then I had to stop and remind myself why I'm out here. And sometimes your instinct takes over to try and get the miles done, but I'm not out here just to push miles. I'm out here to stop and enjoy the beauty of it all. So if I'm going slow and if it takes me longer, that's the way I want to hike it. So I stopped and I sat on the bench. So I've been thinking about this morning how I kept layering down, layering up. You know, I was a little too warm, I was a little too cold, and I kept stopping to adjust. And here's what I'm thinking about that. I think in life very often we are conditioned to be comfortable. And when you're doing something hard like this, you're not always going to be comfortable. And that's okay. Doing something hard takes you outside your comfort zone in a lot of ways, even if it's something as simple as temperature or hiking in a thunderstorm like I did the other day. You're not going to be comfortable every step of the journey, and that's okay. I think part of the journey is learning that you can be uncomfortable and that you can push through and you can do it anyway. So there's my thoughts on that. I'm gonna stop and sit on this log and have a little snack break. And that up there is the mountain that I'm heading for. It's still another 3 miles away. But then after that, I have more downhill than uphill. I just heard there's trail magic up ahead, about half a mile from here. That's motivation. A whole sea of those little white flowers. How pretty. Mossy and green. Beautiful. This is a nice spread here. I'm gorging myself. I just had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm gonna have some little baggie full of vegetables and Oreo cookies. And I still have 1.5 miles to the top of Big Bald. Hopefully that trail magic will help fuel me up there. I like the vegetables because I haven't had enough fresh vegetables out here and they're healthy. But I also went for a couple of high calorie choices like the peanut butter and jelly, just because I don't think I'm consuming enough calories out here. I noticed that I've been losing weight, and I'm gonna have to make a change because I can't continue to lose weight. Otherwise, I'll have nothing left to work off of. So I'm gonna have to start having more calories. And trail magic and eating in trail towns is a good way to put in extra calories that I don't have to carry with me. My guess is something that looks like that would be called Big Bald. I had lunch up on Big Bald. That was the perfect spot. Now I'm heading down. It looks like that is Little Bald. I think that's where I go next. Well, I had some more trail magic. Just ran into a lovely couple. She calls herself the Cake Lady, and she gave me a piece of coconut pound cake, which is very good, and I'm already starting to munch on it. Gotta keep those calories coming. Right, there's a big gray storm cloud overhead, so I just stopped to put my pack cover on. I always love seeing what looks like the top. Yep, it's the top. Now this is called Little Bald, but it's not bald. The dark cloud over my head is making it seem much later than it is. It's only 2:45, but somehow it feels like 6:30, like I should be strolling into camp. I also haven't seen any other hikers for a while, which makes you start to think, they're all at camp already. And then your brain goes, it's gonna get dark soon. Find a place to camp. Wow. Some took down a whole lot of trees. And as I keep walking, it continues. A lot of trees down. Guess what I'm doing? That's right, climbing another hill. This hill is called High Rocks, which I suppose by definition of the name, I've got to climb up to it. Right. One foot in front of the other, I'll get there. And each step I take is a step for Gregory. Keeps me moving forward. That's High Rocks up there. This is the trail, the AT. And if I go this way, that's the trail I could take if I want to go up to the summit of High Rocks. It's not that I don't want to go up there and see the fine views, but I saw some great views earlier from Big Bald. Right now the dark cloud is still overhead and views probably aren't as good as they were earlier. Where the heck is this going? Good grief. And I got 3 more miles to do to get to my intended campsite. I want to thank the trail crew that put in all those nice rock and log steps I just came down. I know that's a lot of work. It's really eerie how deserted the mountains are right now. It's like somebody decided to evacuate the mountains and nobody told me. And I've been through a lot of these sections like this where just all the trees are down, like matchsticks all pushed over. This is just so sad. All these trees. So I just saw another backpacker I know. So I'm not all alone out here. He's planning to go farther than I am. So he went running up ahead. He's going to try to do another more than 5 miles before it gets dark. And it is going to be getting dark pretty soon. I've got, I think, another 1.5 miles. I picked up water, very heavy water, at that stream, and now I'm carrying it up this hill to where there's supposed to be a tent site up at the top here somewhere, maybe another 1/2 mile. I'll see what I can find. It looks like it has promise. My home for the night. Sunset from my tent. Good morning. It's 10 after 6 and time to head out. So this shelter is where I could have tried to push for last night, but it was too far. It's another at least 4.5, 5 miles. I wouldn't have gotten there before dark. I actually like the way yesterday played out. I took my time more. I made a couple of extended stops. One at the Trail Magic spot, one on top of Big Bald. I enjoyed it. I wasn't worrying about how many miles I wanted to push for. Yeah, I wanted to do more yesterday and less today because I'm heading into town today, but I kind of had a relaxed approach yesterday. And that's the whole point. Like, that's why I'm out here. I'm not out here to try and push miles. How many am I going to do today? I'm out here to enjoy what's around me. So I really like my relaxed approach yesterday. It was also an interesting day because it was quite the mix of beauty and devastation. And the view from the top of Big Bald, all those gorgeous little white flowers everywhere. They smelled so nice. But then the devastation of all those trees that were down. Looked like that area had just been decimated. So it was an interesting contrast of nature. Anyway, I've got about 6 more miles to get to Erwin from here. All right, we've got the town of Erwin and the Nolichucky River. That's where I'm headed. I made it. So this is the new and improved Uncle Johnny's. The original Uncle Johnny's sustained a lot of damage in Hurricane Helene. And this is where the bridge was. Concrete and steel bridge, completely washed away. You can see a piece of it over there on the other side. It went right over to there. Unbelievable. Time to check in. This is my cabin, cabin B. I have my own fridge and microwave. It's a little heater. I'm working on organizing my resupply. There's an air conditioner. It's adorable. It is supposed to rain through most of the night and a lot of tomorrow. So I've decided that I'm going to take a 0. My body needs some rest. I've been hiking every day since I started, so I'm going to give it a rest day tomorrow. No hiking.